Let's
Join
go.
our
We
climb
live,
as
baby.
unexpected support boosts us to new heights.
Crazy. We just got like six new.
But
We
this
just
shit is
got like
gonna work.
six new
What's going on out?
subscribers today. When I
We
went
just
in
got
there.
new.
Good, was
That's what I'm
good.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Our subscribers is pushing up with people who don't even know us. And
Yeah.
that's the
Hmm.
shit that I like. There's people around the world who's showing us more love than the people who we grew up with.
Thank
And that's fine. I'm not even mad at y'all. But I'm telling
Yeah.
y'all now, 6 months from now, when y'all see us on top of the world and we sitting on one of these motherfucking nice apartments and we up here drinking the champagne, and y'all don't know what's there either. Fuck.
Nigga, what's good? How y'all doing? What's good
What's
on this
going on?
great?
What's going on
What's
tonight, man?
good on
Sorry
this
for the
great
low.
Wednesday, man?
What's going on out there? Who in there? All right, let's go, Brenda. Let's go, my boy. Yo, throw them checks in there. Who else out there with us, man? Throw them checks in the crowd so we could get started tonight.
Yeah, man. What's up with you? It's a good Wednesday. It's a good Wednesday. It's a good Wednesday.
Definitely a
Yeah,
good Wednesday. You know
yo.
me. It's the end of the
What's
week right
good?
here for me. So you know it's a good Wednesday. I love Wednesdays.
What's
My
good,
boy Cheese
cheese?
in
What's
the house.
good?
Let's go, Cheese. My boy up in there.
Good
Mhm.
cheese. Yo, yo.
All right. Who else we got out there with us tonight? Who else we got out there, man? Who else out there with us?
Oh,
Time to
Bina
check in, man. Check in with
215.
us. Yeah, that's my boy OB.
Oh, it's good. What's good with you? OB. What else? Who else in it? Who else? Put
Boy
them
Alan
checks in the
Watson.
comment.
Already know
Them
Julio.
checks in,
What's going on? Checks in
yeah.
the comments. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah, man. Before we get started, man, just gonna say a few things. I don't know, man. Get some things off your
Go ahead, my
chest.
brother.
Nah, if you
Got
want
it. You
to,
got
I'm saying if you got a few things you want to say, get off your chest. Because I guess we were talking about the other day.
Been a great week for me. I forgot my first sword and dagger combo. That nigga Cheese is great.
Playing too much World of Warcraft or some shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, man. I was asking, do you got some things you want to get off your chest or anything like that, man? What's been grinding
Nah,
your gears?
shit. I'm a close the show out, man. I'm gonna close it out with a little something tonight.
Oh man.
But we
Oh, I just wanted to say a few things, man. Man. I don't know if I want to get too harsh because you want to close the show, but I'm gonna bring it up and you bring it down or something. But I just wanted to say, just let's have a good show, have a good Wednesday, and let's get started. So,
let's go. Let's go. So I posted on IG so y'all can see. All right, no doubt, no doubt, Cheese. All right, so we're gonna get into the first one right now. First topic right now is people always say if the shoe fits, wear it. So why do some people act guilty over posts that clearly aren't directed at them?
because they guilty. They feel some type of way. They feel they react because even though the post ain't directed to them, they probably did some action or did something towards somebody in life that post is resonating towards them. So now, like they say, the shoe fits, wear it. So if you did something, if you make a post about just naturally in general making a post about man people always fucking over people about money and you fucked over somebody with money and shit like that, now you gonna feel some type of way about that post and make a comment under that person post or da 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 when you was just talking in general. That's how so much shit gets started because people too emotional and they don't know how to just face up and face their wrongs or be adults and just admit their faults and shit like that. Some we always got to try to check somebody or try to be. Nobody want to be wrong or nobody want to be the bigger person or the bigger man or nobody want to be an adult and be like I was wrong or some shit. So you know how that go.
Yep, that's 100% on that one, bro. But yeah, shoe fits, wear it. Because you got a lot of people who just be coming on social media and they always like to tell like the great side of their life and They want you to
Mm-hmm.
see all the extravagance and shit they doing. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna be real like that and you want to post that side of your life, post the other sides of your life too. So and don't feel offended when you see a post come across your screen and you feel like it's directed towards you. And if you feeling like it's directed towards you, you should look at what you're doing in life or something like that because you shouldn't take nothing on this social media platform personally. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is called social media for a reason. Some of these people you don't even know, or if you do know them, you haven't seen them in years. You haven't seen them in decades, probably. You probably seen each other. The last time y'all seen each other was in grade school. So stop feeling a certain way when people posting certain things on social media. Because to me, I don't give a shit what nobody really doing with their life and things like that. Like we doing what we doing. We hard at work every day. So I ain't got no time to think about when somebody posting some negative shit on social media, especially when it comes to something negative. I'm not down with no negative shit.
Uh-huh.
If it ain't positive, mixing that shit out, man. That some people don't even like themselves, and it shows in the ways like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it. People be
Mm-hmm.
having a problem with themselves, cheese. Like, and that's the thing about it. You got to fix your own problems. Like, you got to fix those problems. There's no way in the world that you getting mad because you seeing a post on social media and you taking it personally. That means something is going on in your life and something is wrong with you.
That means something not
Till the
going.
way, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, yo, Julio, definitely. Of course. That's 100% too. Of course. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you should not be feeling those kind of ways if you doing what you got to be doing in life. So I don't even care what somebody posting on social media. Like, this shit ain't real to me. So I really don't get it from our people. Like, we be all up in the rah-rah about that, about you seeing something on social media and you feel like it's directed towards you. Man, leave that shit alone, man. Grow up and do something else with your life, man.
Yeah. Cause that's how that's why these young kids killing each other over social media, over X
Mhm.
posts, Twitter posts.
Yeah.
They say some shit about somebody, then they go get then the next 5-10 minutes they getting shot in the head or some shit like that, all over a social media post, and it's just crazy. And you could be just talking in general, and then like I'm saying, you'll get in an argument with somebody you never go. I'm never gonna see you in the world. So what the fuck is you getting mad about what I'm posting about? We never gonna see each other. I'd be damned if I'm getting mad about some shit you post or anything. Like people don't even know how to have a conversation. They want to debate and they call it cyberbullying. I don't even understand cyberbullying.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like how you let somebody bully you through a computer screen. But what Ob
What's
said,
the
yo,
threat?
bound up. What's good, twin? What's good, my boy? And Ob said, YN's killing each other, but what are they supposed to do when it's a threat? But that's the
What's
thing
the
we trying
threat?
to fix. It shouldn't be a threat.
Threat?
Your own
Somebody
brother
social
shouldn't
media
be a
post.
threat. It's a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, a social media post shouldn't be concerning to you to make it a threat, and your own brother shouldn't be a threat because, like I always tell people all the time, I don't preach violence, but we don't look at other people as threats like that. Like
Mhm.
we jump down our own so fast and look at that man, look at our own brothers and sisters as a threat over a social media post is crazy. Like we don't support. Like where have we went as a people? Like we was coming a great way. Like our ancestors and these people from that was marching 50, 60 years, them people is
Mhm.
sad. Laying
Yeah.
these people looking down at us today, those people are sad, man. Like it should never be a threat because somebody says something on social media. Like it's things that we should talk about it because we don't react to no other people like that. Only us. We the only ones reacting to each other like that.
Mhm.
So many trolls on the internet. So many trolls on the internet that look for people to annoy, criticize, and bully. Yeah,
It's,
that's true too.
it's
But
just,
yeah, Chris, you can answer.
no, I was about to answer to what he said. Certain instance though, like for example, two separate gangs, but y'all don't even know what y'all beefing about. These dudes, that's beefing now, and y'all beefing about some shit that ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. Like G Herbo was saying, that's why y'all hear rappers, but y'all don't really be listening to them. Cause G Herbo said it. He said y'all beefing about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It's pertaining to the kids in Chicago, and it's probably like that with the kids in New York and the kids all over America. Y'all beefing about some old nigga shit, some old nigga beef. Probably the one your OG probably fucked that OG girl and baby mother. Now they've been beefing for 30 years over some dumb shit like that. So y'all don't even know what y'all really fighting for. And it got to the point where a few of your homeboys done died and a few of his homeboys done died. So you're right. It got to that instance where there's no turning back. So it's like, nah, this shit can't dead because now there's always gonna be get back because too many people done died. So before it even get to that, why you can't why you gonna stop it? You know?
Hold on, what Tosh at? Tosh at. Oh shit, we got a special guest coming up on the stage, Chris. Hold on a
Okay.
minute. Yeah, my TV pop up in here right now. We got a special guest on the stage. This shit about to break the internet. They about to shake the room out here, baby. They
Mhm.
about to shake the room when this nigga popping. Oh shit, this shit fucking up. Hold on, let me add him to the stage for real. But yeah, though, Tosh said though there are many trolls on the internet that look for people to annoy and criticize and bully.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what
Yeah,
trolls
that
do.
is right though, but people shouldn't be letting them, troll like that and be about internet things like that. Like, leave that internet shit alone, though, man, for real, because you shouldn't let him bully you over a computer screen. That shit is bogus.
Mhm.
Yo, you gotta turn that thing off, bro. It's a double take on there.
Oh, was?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Block them.
Yes. Block. Definitely block them. Hold on. We cheat that.
Hold up.
Gotta send a cheat that. If you can't defend yourself with your bare hands, you shouldn't pick kids today how to pull the trigger before throwing and being embarrassed.
That's the problem.
Hell yeah.
Nobody want to get punched in the face. You got to, yeah. Nobody want to get punched in the face, man. That's what it is. A nigga can't take a punch in the face.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on one second. Yo, you gotta turn that thing down in your car, bro. You gotta turn your shit down, Jack.
Cool. I don't got nothing on, nigga.
Your thing is a
That
double
ain't me.
take.
That's them headphones you got on, my nigga. Got them
Nigga,
big
that's
ass
your
headphones
shit. You
on.
fucking up.
I
You
don't
got them
even
big
hear
ass
him.
headphones on. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I
Can you
don't
hear
hear him.
that?
I don't hear
Chris,
him.
you even got AirPods. What you got? AirPods
You
on,
hear him?
nigga? I don't see how y'all.
No. I can hear him. Come back and come back out, Jazz. Hold on. You
No,
out,
let
Jazz.
me
Hold
come
on.
back.
Come back out. Hold on.
That's Chris shit. Chris in Texas, nigga. Chris sound like he on
Yeah,
that
that is
wave.
Chris shit. And it was Chris. All right. Hold on, y'all. Oh, it ain't.
I'm up here to cut ass, nigga. Fuck that. Let's talk about why people be mad at people or for what other
No, we
people are
not
saying
doing that.
about them.
Hold on.
That is it. We not doing
Hold
that.
on.
Yeah, man. I hear him now.
Yeah, it's
You can hear me now?
echoing like that.
I
My
don't
shit
know.
dying.
You hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I hear you. Somebody got the phone on. Dad's got his car speaker on.
Yeah, you got a car speaker or something on, Jazz. You got to take it off that speaker. There you go. All
Yeah,
right,
you
there
got.
you go. We good now. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all.
It's off of it. You can hear
Yeah,
me?
All right, there
we
you go.
good. We
You
good.
gotta answer.
Yeah,
My
we hear
bad. Go
him
ahead.
good. Yeah, that nigga got to take that car speaker off already, man.
But yeah, Cheese said, if they can't defend themselves with their bare hands, you shouldn't pick up a gun. But kids today learn how to pull a trigger before throwing punches, and everyone is afraid of being embarrassed. That's 1,000% Cheese. Like these little
1,000%.
motherfuckers out here, I don't know where they come from to be like that much savagery and be crazy like that and just want to pick up a gun and start shooting up whole blocks, shooting up people at parties and shooting up parks and shit. Like that shit is for the birds and that sucker stuff, man, right there. Like we gotta do better, man. Especially out there to the youth and them guys, man. Like stop following them type of things. That gang shit. You gonna wake up one day and you gonna be 50 years old in prison and you went to jail at 16, 17 years old. That shit ain't cool, man.
That shit ain't nowhere to be. It ain't.
What he said. And let's not forget, it's a lot of nobodies behind these keyboards. Make them feel like they the ones.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they be Twitter fingers. Like Twitter fingers. They just behind the keyboard. They ain't doing nothing with their life, trying to bully people and shit like that. So they more important on the internet than is in real life and shit. So
Yeah, I don't get that part. Like you 100% doing that, Mel, though, for real though. Like I don't get people that really sit on these keyboards all day and they sitting behind here and you trolling people, you giving out hateful messages. Like that shit is played out, man.
that's
Like
why I don't fuck
please.
with bloggers, because bloggers they keep all the gossip bullshit up and everything like that. That's why I don't follow blogs a lot. Because you got to be on your computer 24/7 to be a blogger. Just following dumb shit. Like what are you doing blogging about and everything?
Yes. Oh, we got Jay coming to the stage. We got my boy
So,
Jay on
fellas,
there. See if it's Mike.
Hey, what's good? What's
Jay
good?
coming to the
What's
stage.
good?
What's going on, Jay? What up, my
cool and
brother?
cooler, man. Cool and cooler, man. Taking it
Going
easy, brother.
on? All right. My brother's in the house tonight. My boy Jay.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
we had a question out there. We was elaborating on if the shoe fits. What I said again, hold on. The shoe. It was people always say if the shoe fits, wear it. So why do some people act guilty over posters that clearly are directed at them?
I mean, like they say, if what they say, if a hit dog bark, what they say, if it ain't directed at them, then they ain't go retaliate. They ain't gonna respond. So
Hmm.
obviously, somebody getting triggered. You know, you getting triggered by something. If you got a reaction to it and it ain't got nothing to do with you, inadvertently, you telling on yourself.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. You
Man,
basically
That's
what's
what
that?
we was saying.
What's that saying I'm looking for? If a hit dog bark, man, I got to think of that
I
saying.
don't
But
know.
y'all know what
That's
I'm
one
getting
of
at.
them. That's one of them
That's some
southern terms.
country.
I
Yeah, that's a
don't know, man.
southern
I don't know.
slang. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all from up north. Yeah, yeah,
That's that
yeah.
southern shit right there. I don't know. I ain't never hear
Yeah,
that.
that's the southern thing right there. I gotta go ask my grandmoms and one of them down here in the country. Grandma, what
Oh
that
yeah, they
saying
gon'
about?
they gonna know. They gonna yeah, they gonna tell you straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or we said many people feel brave behind the scenes. Yeah, a lot of people do feel brave behind the scene, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Like but you a sucker though. Like this, what the internet created. The internet created a lot of suckers, and this is why people get hurt because you know. Back in our time, we didn't see people in the winter time or none of that. So the beef died down. By the time we seen each other again in the spring, we done left that shit alone. Today, social media inflames the argument all winter. So when the as soon as the weather break, the guns start to break out, people getting shot, people getting stabbed up, people getting stomped out. Like y'all don't give it a break. This is the problem in this generation today. It's no break. It's no breaks, man. Like this
Yeah.
internet is destroying some of our younger youth lives, and that shit getting crazy. Like
So
sometime
see,
in the wintertime, man, go pick up a book or go swimming, go somewhere to a gym or something, play some ball, do something, but drop the internet and drop those antics so y'all won't be so inflamed by the time the nice weather come back around.
Hey, them niggas got Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
Them niggas got Twitter fingers, and you know what? You experience that a lot in the workplace too, right?
Hmm.
When a lot of these cats, they make try to come at you sideways, knowing damn well you wouldn't do that if it was just me and you, or if I seen you out and about. You know what I'm saying? You feel protected by this job. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I seen you in a club and I was like, nigga, go buy me a drink, you'll probably go buy it. You know what I'm saying? But the
Yeah.
but the fact that you at work You know what I'm saying? You protected by the corporation, so you gonna pop off on some other type stuff, but be friendly when it's just me and you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is. Niggas is cowards. You know.
That shit be crazy, man. I don't understand that, man. Like how like that's what I was asking a minute ago. I'm like, where the hell, like, where have we came as people? Like people always say we came so far, and I look around the day, I'm like, how far have we came? Like we still doing the same shit we was doing 60 years ago. So we haven't came that far yet. You know what? Eating at some tables with some people, being in the same restaurant or some shit with them. Like that shit don't mean nothing to me really. Like where have we became as people? Like we like we are more cruel to each other than anybody.
Yeah, and that's like I always say, the term I always say, you know what I'm saying, our OG elders, because you know, we always look at this beef type stuff like it have to end up in like a fight or a goddamn shootout or some type of stuff. Really, if it end up in a fight, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because a lot of time, whenever you fight your adversary, you know what I'm saying, y'all gain respect for each other. Even if you
Yeah.
whoop the nigga ass, you like, okay, you already had heart just to stand up and fight. So we got
Mm.
respect. It don't happen
That-
like that nowadays, bro. Niggas just ready to draw. You know what I'm saying? Like that scene in Friday. Like that scene in Friday when Pops was like, "You got to use your hands, Craig." You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
hell
But that's some,
yeah.
that's some, that's some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just hop in the square, squabble it out, and be done with it after that. You feel me?
That's
Especially
it.
when you
Let
get
it
of
go.
age, bro. We got stuff to lose.
Yeah, definitely. What she said, they talk like that on the internet, and then when the actual situation jump off, they the quietest person in the room. That's how it go. That's how it always go with them kind of people. Like anytime you see people acting erratic on the internet and they doing all this crazy shit and they with 10, 12 people and you catch them motherfuckers by themselves in the street, them motherfuckers is running, they're about to piss on themselves, man. Like a lot of them dudes is not real dogs like that. A lot of them dudes is dogs when they with the pack. When you catch them outside of the pack, them dudes is gonna piss on themselves. You know what I mean? All of them guys is not really like that. Like they just showing that internet shit and this corny by you doing that. Like you gonna have to stand on that because some dudes out here ain't trying to hear that. So you gonna have to really stand on that shit.
Yeah, that stuff is whack, bro. You know. But like I say, for me specifically, and I know anybody that got a child, you know, at the end of the day, you already know you got to make it home. You know what I'm saying? I got to make it home. So if it's me or you, then I mean, you already know what's up.
You already know
Cause
what's
cause
up.
my, cause my kids need me. You feel me? So
Hmm.
I try to tell people, you know what I'm saying? I try to tell people it got to be in the terms of a defense. You know what I'm saying? Because when you dealing with these young cats that ain't got nothing to lose, you already at a disadvantage.
Hmm.
They ain't got nothing to lose, and you got something to lose. So you gonna think twice, and that split second can be it. That's it. That split second.
That's it. You 100%
So
right, my.
at the end of the day, try to stay out the way. But if it go there, don't think. Just just handle your business.
Yeah, definitely, man. You got to do what you got to do so that people can communicate through their fists. Bullets have no real human connection. Yeah, that's true too. Of course, that's how we used to do it back in the day. We used to do that shit back in the day like nothing. Like I said, yo, like the amount of friends, like I mean, excuse me, the amount of fights I had with my friends growing up. If we had that mentality that these young dudes had today, none of us would be around today. None of us would be around.
Exactly.
Like, bro, me and one of my boys, like me and one of my boys, Robbie. This is one of my mans we grew up with. Me and that nigga like this. You know what I mean? Me and this nigga had 100 fights. And you know what we did after that? He went home to his crib. His father came around the block that my father was asking, like, yo, what the hell going on with y'all? Yo, y'all niggas shake it up now. Shake it up. We go back to the park playing ball. 3 days later, we got another fight. Like we never thought about going to get a knife and chase each other around the hood, pull out a gun and trying to shoot each other. Like we never thought about doing shit like that. Like we always resorted to having us a little argument, little fist fight, and then we back at it again, doing what we doing. These niggas today, the internet created that fucking cowardness, and like sometimes I could understand it because if you got to see yourself being knocked out all over the world, like niggas in California seeing you get knocked out in New York, I understand sometimes niggas pride. So I understand
What
why the gun.
happened, man? What did I walk into? What did I come back? But I was on FaceTime with my daughter, but what did I
Nah,
come
you
back?
good, brother. You good. Yeah, yeah. We was holding it down. You already know, my boy. You already know, Chris. But yeah, definitely. But yeah, we were just talking about like with cheese. Oh, we was talking about like these little motherfuckers out here shooting up shit, whatever, instead of putting up their fists in joint.
Nobody want to take a L. I told you they scared to get punched in the face. If they get punched in the face, man, they scared for that. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to
I
look like
appreciate
they're weak.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mel. You already know, my brother. But yeah, I'm sorry, Chris.
I say they don't want to seem weak. None of that, man.
Yeah, that's the problem today. But I'm saying, like I was just saying, it's like trying to explain. I understand what this shit. The violence was like the violence has ticked up in the last 15 years because social media inflamed a lot of this violence. Though, like telling you, like I can't just imagine you getting up every day and you watching people bringing you a phone and watching you get knocked out. That shit get people mad, man. Like, you seen like in that movie, he said with Friday. You seen what happened between Debo and Craig? Like you seen, like Debo was tight behind that. He broke out of jail.
That nigga got uppercut to heaven. He got an uppercut to heaven. That nigga was
That nigga broke
floating.
out of prison to come get Craig. He was mad behind that one.
Hey, but look, but look, that's why I was saying what I was saying earlier. Like our OGs felt is like a lot of times we feel like being a man is killing a nigga, being the toughest nigga on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When in reality, it makes me more of a man knowing that I could really do something to you, but I restrain myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it takes more energy. It takes more energy for me to hold it in rather than let it out. You know what I'm saying? When you letting it out, like you releasing all that energy. When I'm holding it in, it takes some work to do that. You feel me? So me understanding that I know I can do something to you, but I choose not to. That's more so being a man versus what we was
yes,
taught. Versus what we was taught. Just put your hand on somebody and crash out. When really a man is being a protector and a provider,
Yeah.
not all that other type
that's
stuff
it.
that we think.
That's right, my brother. Hell yeah, you 100% right on that. What he said. Everybody watch and love the Friday movie, but never listen to the lessons specifically from the first movie. Nah, yeah, that's why I ain't gonna. Man, me and my brother broke that tape. I ain't even gonna lie. We broke the the VHS tape the Friday, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. But yeah, it did have some good jewels in there where Pops was telling Craig and shit that we was expanding on. It's 100% right. Like you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. When you pick that
Right.
gun up, you gonna know if you a man or not. Because listen, when you pick that gun up, ain't no going back. Just know
Yes,
that.
sir.
So that's what some of
Yes,
these younger
sir.
people out here gotta know. Whenever you pick that gun up, little man, out there, if y'all out there listening tonight, and I hope it reach our young youth people, when you pick that gun up and you go out there and you load that shit up and you cock it back and you let that thing go, it's no going back, bro. So just know, like everybody don't got the stomach to be out here killing people and all that. This shit is not cool. Like you listening to this drill music, you listen to people like fucking Dirk and Vaughn and all these other people. That shit is not cool. I'm telling everybody can't stomach it. That's why they got shows like the first 48 because it's a lot of you guys out here is gonna tell. Y'all cannot stomach that shit. So when you pick up that burner, make sure your ass is ready to go all the way with it.
Yeah, you ain't even gotta cock it back just to pull it out. You are already a threat. And a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
rappers be plants, bro. Like
Yes,
most of these rappers be plants. You feel me? You gotta ask yourself when you got this rapper, he got
mm-hmm.
one debut album, and as soon as he got an album, he already got a $100 million motion picture. These niggas been in theater art schools. They actors.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
actors and they got niggas writing for them and they putting on a performance. Right? How the
Hell,
hell, how the hell, soon as you drop an album, you already got this $1 billion corporation putting hundreds of millions of dollars behind the motion picture? These cats are actors, dude, and
They
they
don't, but
get us
sound.
caught. They get us caught up. You know what I'm saying? And we be the casualties at war, trying to live up to the story that they ain't even living.
That's great. Yeah, you're 100% right on that, my brother. And like I always try to explain to people, that's one thing I love about having my pops in my life because he made sure to let us know reality from real world into this fake shit. Like you cannot be thinking this shit is rapping and these rapper people like they really doing all this and these people is killing all these people and making all like half of them dudes that's doing all that rap that shit is not real, man. Like y'all little dudes got to stop listening to the bullshit out there, man. Listen to somebody else, listen to some positivity, but they are not pushing the positivity in our community. Like we got positive rappers and we got positive singers and shit, but none of them people are reaching to the levels because these labels is the one that's doing these things. The labels is the one pushing all this violent bullshit today.
Like, look, think about this. Look, we all did dirt, right? We all did dirt. When you go do some dirt, are you about to get on wax and speak about it? Or do
Hell
you
no.
want nobody to know about it because you don't want to get caught up?
I don't want
There
That's
nobody.
what
you
I'm
go.
saying. I don't get
If
it,
you
bro.
really
I don't
doing
get
it,
it. I don't.
if you really doing it, you not about to speak about it. Niggas gonna be
I don't
like,
get it.
damn, that's what really happened. You gonna be like, yeah, but you don't want nobody to know because you already know you can get caught up. That's the key right
That's what.
there. These niggas
Nah.
talking about moving in the trap nigga, no, bro. In the
That's what I'm
trap,
telling them. And they always say
moving work,
somebody
no,
snitching
bro.
on them. Like the same way that we sitting here tonight, we on the internet, or we could pick up our phone and view everything on the internet. And y'all saying people snitching on y'all. People ain't snitching on y'all, man. Y'all are sitting here giving the police. It's police who sit here and watch the internet all day. That's their job. They picking up all this information. So y'all thinking the First Amendment counts when it's rapping? Yeah, it's supposed to count, but that's bullshit. Y'all building cases on y'all. You talking about this nigga got shot down the street. You done drilled
Nigga, they
seven people.
snitching on
Y'all building
themselves, man.
cases, bro. That First Amendment shit is out the window when y'all talking crazy like that. That shit is gone. So don't even believe in that. And that's what like the next generation stop trying to come up and think you're gonna get fast money being a rapper or something like that. Like these labels is playing y'all. They are destroying y'all image. They are destroying y'all brains, y'all minds, everything. Like y'all gotta do better than that. Like it's time. Like in even if you do want to be a rapper, like bro, do some independent things on your own. Stop letting these labels brainwash y'all, put y'all into debt for life and things like that. Like that shit is not cool, man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you how you can tell if somebody was really about that life. If they was really about that life, they not gonna talk about the niggas around them all the time. They ain't finna be talking about my hitters, my shooters, and all this other type stuff. They story is gonna be, more so about them. Yeah, you may hear about their partners and other stuff like that, but you gonna hear the story about them, right? And you can also tell somebody who really been in the mud and really been in the field if they can tell you about the L's. Cause niggas is only talking about wins. And if you really been in the field, you experienced a lot of L's. And you gonna speak on that.
That's right. 100.
You gonna
That's
speak on
right.
it. And you're not gonna try to push nobody towards that because you already know the pain and suffering that come with it. Cause it ain't all glitz and glamour. It's not. And these cats ain't gonna tell you about it because they ain't really lived it. They just rapping about it because it's gonna make them money.
Mm-hmm. I teach my son the same thing. When you hear on the radio, it's just the radio. It's not real life. Not should it become your life. Hell yeah. That's 100%. Yeah, that's what you have to teach your kids. Like you definitely got to teach your kids that that shit that they see on TV and all that stuff that they hear on the radio, like that's not your life. Like don't ever believe that you could be like those people or you want to be like those. Like those are the people that you don't look up to. Those people are like just like my boy Jay said, them people is plants. A lot of them people you see on the TV nowadays, them people plants, man.
They plants. They set there to destroy the youth. Because
And that,
we already understand that prisons is a business, and they write these contracts that they have to keep the prison at a certain capacity. So if you're supposed to keep
yes.
this prison at a 90 to 95% capacity, let's say that your capacity go down to 80, 85%. What you gonna do to uphold your contract? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You about to go ahead and
Jail.
lock these niggas up for BS bogus charges just so you can get your percentage up so you can fulfill your contract. And then you got a lot of these judges who own prisons. Then that's a
Yes.
goddamn
They got.
conflict of interest. That shouldn't even be how. You feel
I
me?
don't. I don't
They
understand that, my
gotta
brother. I
they
don't.
gotta hold up they gotta hold up their end of the bargain, so they gonna lock your dumb ass up. You feel me? Trying to be a thug and be a gangster. When it's all a game, they playing you.
Yes, definitely. What she said. Bag more. What she said. Prison is designed for us. Bag more niggas. Bag more niggas. Prison is designed for us. Y'all want to speak on that? She said prison is designed
Yeah,
for
but
us.
yeah. It is designed for us because we already know that. You know what I'm saying. Whenever you're a prisoner, like you legally, you're a legal slave as a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? But people be hard pressed to find out that before all of these colonizers came over here, we didn't have prisoners. We didn't have prisons.
Nope.
Excuse me. We didn't have prisons before all these people came over here. We dealt with each other the way that we dealt with each other. They came over here and started venting these prisons. You know what I'm saying? It's all a construct from them, from the colonizers.
She said, I used to think New York was bad when it came to prison system, but down here in the South is worse. Oh hell yeah, the South prisons is way. The South prisons is like plantations, man. Them shits is real life plantations. They got niggas out there pricking crops and all that shit for free. So like the southern jails is crazy down here.
And they thirsty too, bro. Like I could tell you before I even, and this is the time that I wasn't doing anything. At least about 3 times before I even graduated high school, I was arrested on some BS. Driving, pulled over out of the car, and some handcuffs on my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Walking out of a house on the way to school. You know what I'm saying? Handcuffed because I fit the description. Like for nothing. I'm a child, bro. 3 different times.
Yeah. Chris, you want to elaborate, my boy?
Nah, I was just about to say that sound like the stop and frisk. Like we grew up in the stop and frisk era in New York and everything, and that was crazy. I was arrested so many times just for a little clip of weed or some shit like that. That's crazy. And that didn't make no sense. But yeah, growing up in the stop and
But nah,
frisk.
I could understand. I could understand if they found something on me. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, just on the way to school, walking out of a house or going to school, you know what I'm saying? That stuff is crazy.
Yeah, that shit, man. That shit is wild, yo. I was looking at that shit today. Like even today with the shit that's going on in the world today, with they doing shit like that to our compadres and shit that's going on. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy, man. I used to see a bunch of kids at the bus stop and shit, and now this morning I leave out for work. It was like 2 kids at the bus stop. They hiding their kids. They ain't going to work. People hiding in the crib and all that shit.
Yeah, stop and frisk was crazy work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop and frisk was crazy work.
That was crazy. Oh, yeah, New
These
York is
niggas
wild,
they
though. Let me
they
go
sup-
to. All
they
right.
supposed to be protecting and serving.
Yeah, the time stop and frisk, they
That
was
ain't-
protecting and serving, all right. That's the era we
Let me
grew
go
up
to the
in. Them
next.
shit- right.
All right, the next topic is I told you earlier is gentrification helping our communities or destroying them?
Uh, the is it. I mean, I say the wrong type of gentrification is destroying the communities because, like, just to elaborate what we said on before, like, even with the black people that do gentrify the communities and like the Chinese or anything, they not renting back to other blacks or low income families. What they doing when they gentrify, they raise the property value and then they raise the rent. So that forces the other homeowners around there to either sell or either raise their rent or they can't compete because that forced the city to raise the property tax and everything. So that's what happened. The wrong type of gentrification happened because people wasn't looking out to gentrify for the low income families of the neighborhoods and things like that. Saying if we would have got a contract or somebody else that just got a contract for $5 million to redevelop some shit, they'll redevelop it, but they won't redevelop it for low income families. They'll try to get the most bang for their buck and charge the maximum rent for it instead of doing something for the low income families that was in the community. Now they got to move out to a worse community. That's why crime is getting so bad in the hood and things like that because you got everybody being packed up on each other because they can't afford where they once lived. They can't afford to live in those places and things like that. Like a house that was once affordable, probably in, let's just say, Best Eye or Bushwick is not affordable no more. So everybody got to go to where it's affordable at. So everybody's packed up on each other. Or even like in Houston, say, they be redeveloping and gentrifying so many places like Studywood. Like it probably was once affordable, now it's not affordable, or even certain places in Houston. So now everybody's moving to certain areas like Greens Point or the South Side, and everybody's just packed up on each other and things like that. So that's probably
Yeah.
the wrong type of gentrification happened.
Well, I mean, we already know we in a capitalist society. You know what I'm saying? And if you are planning on doing any type of gentrification, you trying to do it for some capital. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say both. You feel me? I'll say both because on one end, like you said, the house that you once lived in, now you're not able to afford it anymore. But you got a lot of these different places they're being developed. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that the taxes is gonna go up. You feel me? So that just kind of comes with the territory. But if you got one person, they looking at that and they, what I'm saying, maybe it may make them feel like they need to do better. They need to hustle harder. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a society and the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like we know the rules to the game. We just gotta play it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Although it sucks and it's a lot of things that's not in our favor as, what I'm saying, as black men and black women. A lot of things are not in our favor. But at the end of the day, we in the game. So what we gonna do about it? You feel me? But with a lot of this
Got you.
development, a lot of this technology going on, that's just gonna happen. And on top of that, inflation. Go ahead.
Hmm. Now I was saying, so but was it like some of our fault that this happened in our communities?
I mean, you could say it was our fault, but it wasn't. I mean, it technically wasn't our fault. Like that's what we got to stop doing too. It wasn't our fault. It was the people who was at the time that it wasn't happening. I wasn't of age to stop anything and shit like that. We
Yeah,
got to stop saying our fault. I'm a millennial. It wasn't my fault. It was the people who
It
came
wasn't
before
your it
me.
wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault personally, but
Mhm.
as a collective, we played a part with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? With the whole, hey, respect to MLK for what he did and what he tried to do.
But I
You know what I'm
told
saying?
people like I got
And,
like that he brought black people into the global market, which kind of helped us, but it kind of hurt us at
it
the end
it
of the
hurt
day
us.
because
It
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 pushed us
hurt us.
away from being capitalist minded and owning our own and things like
Like
that. We
integrating,
became
integrate. We
consumers.
I'm not gonna say integrating was wrong, but I'm gonna say it wasn't the right time to integrate.
Hmm.
It wasn't the right time. You know what I'm saying? We had to come up on our own. You feel me? Because think about this. Think about this. If we came up on our own, we wouldn't have the disdain for the white man that we do right now.
Hmm.
The reason why we do is because we feel like they have a foot up on us because they established
yes.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? If we established ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and we both came to the table as, what I'm
Hmm.
saying, power races, they would look at us in a certain light and we would look at them in a different light. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So that whole integration stuff really kind of killed our momentum.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day,
because
we
in the
already know what
50s
happened in
and you
Tulsa.
had people in the
Wh-
50s and 60s that had a lot of their own businesses and things like that. Like
Yeah,
people don't.
yeah, yeah, but what I'm saying is the establishment don't want us to have our own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had it, but we don't have it in mass. And
Mhm.
then our mentality as people, we always trying to be the boss. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We like the only people that don't like to really just work together and just come up. We won't pack up in a house and live together and you know what I'm saying, put all our money toward a common goal.
Everybody want to be the head nigga in charge or something.
Everybody want to be the boss.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, definitely.
like a lot of these other cultures, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these other cultures, they don't care if you a man and you still staying at the parents' house in your mid 20s.
mhm.
You feel me? Because they understand that you need to be established. With
That's
us,
right.
with
Hell
us,
yeah.
with us is like, nah, you grown, get out. Like, no, bro, like these, they're kids. They're still kids. 20, 18,
Yes.
19, 23, 24. They're still kids.
Yeah, they always kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Definitely. Definitely, brother. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
That's 100% on that. What you were saying, Chris?
Hmm? Nah, I was just saying, yeah,
Like,
I just say they still kids. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
like so go
Just
ahead, Jimmy.
imagine, just imagine, just imagine being able to put some paper up. Let's say you got you know what I'm saying, a decent job. Imagine being able to put some paper up for a good 4 or 5 years before you actually jumpstart and get out there on your own. Like you'll have a nice little, you know what I'm saying, something to fall back on.
mhm.
Of
But nine
course, yeah.
times out of ten, when we get out of here, when we hop off the porch, we ain't got nothing. We live in check to check.
Mm-hmm. Gotta figure out a way. We gotta figure out a way though. We gotta figure out a way how to change them things. And the only way
Yeah,
we could figure out a way is teaching the next generation because the people, like you said, the people before us, like you said earlier, some of the OGs failed us. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And we gotta take it like that. Like you gotta and that shit is nothing but the truth. Some of the OGs fell. They didn't teach us the right finances and shit. And like you said, when you get to 18, 19, yo, get your ass up out of here. You know what I mean? They trying to put you out the door. Like your motherfucking mind ain't even fully developed yet at 18,
yeah,
19 years old.
exactly.
You know? So you can't just go and put them on out in this cruel ass world at 18, 19 years old and think they got the answers to everything. That shit ain't gonna work. And that's why a lot of us out here failing the day and people thinking, damn, excuse me. I go ahead. My bad.
And look, and another thing, what we need to be cognizant of is, you know what I'm saying, try to learn from it, cause you know what I'm saying, I be hearing a lot of hating stuff, and I get it from a certain aspect. All these foreigners, they come over here and they get different tax breaks and tax benefits, and they get opportunity. Yeah, they do. They do. They get different opportunities that we do. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn from the things that they are doing, because they come over
Mm-hmm.
here with their tradition and their culture, so they're not caught up in the stuff that we caught up in. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact in the Asian community and in a lot of these Indian people, you know what I'm saying, you'll have a mom and dad, and you'll have a son and a wife staying with them. They all stand in the same house, and they're
hmm.
gonna pay that house
Mm-hmm.
off together.
They're gonna pay
You know
that
what I'm
house
saying?
up.
Before they move out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and spread their wings
Yeah.
and all work
My boy
together. And, yeah, go
Yep,
ahead.
he said, and they be telling you out at 18, shit at 13. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, our parents like they can't be telling your kids that shit, man. They 14, 15 years old. You telling them they got 2, 3 years. You putting them on a time limit and shit. Tell them at 18 they gonna be out in the street. Like, there's no way in the world that you could put an 18-year in this time, 2025, 2026. I don't know that many 18-year-old kids that's gonna survive in this world a day if you just putting them out there in this cruel world a day. It's
For
I don't
sure.
know, man. Definitely.
For sure.
Said that we're working on financial literacy, spending, and how to prepare for the world. That's what you got to do, Nell. So you said that's for you and your daughter. Of course, yeah, that's what you got to do for them. And That's a lot of things that some of our parents didn't teach us. Like, I'm not gonna say
That's what
all,
I was about
because
to
some
say.
parents thought they did that. It's not
Yeah.
all of them, but a lot of people who grew up around me and grew up in the hood, their parents didn't teach that shit. Their parents had to work. Both parents is at work. They gotta leave dinner on the stove and shit for their kids. They didn't have time to come home and teach their kids about finances and shit. Sometimes pops worked at night, moms worked in the morning. They see each other, or they might see each other on the weekend only half of the damn time. So they didn't have time to be teaching. All they taught us was to go to work and get a paycheck. They didn't teach us about the financial things and all that we needed to know in this life.
Now, you learning about finances and credit in your 30s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit, we got a late start, like a late start to that, man, for real. Spanish people be 10 people deep living in one house. Everybody expect the kids. Everybody. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Listen, man. I know people like that, and they make that shit work. And the one thing about them, you might have 10 of them in the same crib, but in the next 2 years, they got 3 homes on the same block,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They got 3 homes on the same block now. Just get them 2 years. And if we can ever put our minds together and think like that, just a little bit, just what I mean, like, people steal shit from us all the time. Let's try to look at those people and steal something from them.
yeah. Nah, cause we wanna ride Benz. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm in oil and gas. I've been in oil and gas for about 10 years. I work with it, but it's
Mhm.
a lot of Mexicans. Yeah, they may have something nice at the crib. They may have a little something nice at the crib. Nigga,
Mhm.
they roll around in 1995, 1998 Toyotas and Hondas and old ass trucks. They not worried
Mhm.
about the flash. They priorities is totally different than ours, bro. It's just totally different. Which is why I love my people, but I'm hard on my people because I see what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the system is against us, but we ain't doing nothing to help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it's like we falling into the trap that they set and still blaming it on them. Like, yeah, they got a part to play, but we got a part to play too. We can't blame everything on them.
Mhm. You 100%. My bad. My bad. I don't want to get off of that, y'all. I ain't gonna get off the topic. I meant to say, what was some good things that you think happened with gentrification?
Um, the only good thing that I would say, the only good thing that I would say for our people is just mentally realizing that we got to step our game up. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, economically, we at the bottom of the food chain. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So with the prices of everything going up, it ain't gonna be no easier for us. So I mean, it's kind of slim pickings trying to find something positive about it, you know.
Yeah.
But when you do have a person that's of that mindset and be like, well, damn, I got to do better because my situation is getting worse and I want to do better, especially if I got to provide. That's the only positive that I can see out of that outcome.
Got you. What you said. Sometimes I feel like being black is like playing Monopoly after all the properties were bought. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Sometimes,
built
yeah, I
for it
do
though.
know that. Brother. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I was gonna say yeah, but you built for it though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What other type of people? What other type of people than been? Just think about this when they talk about slavery, right? When they talk about slavery and they let us go, you know what I'm saying? The people that was still in power that had all the access to the jobs was still these white folks. You feel me? That grew up with indoctrination of who we are and they hated us. So 9 times out of
Mhm.
10, you wasn't about to get no job. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like it was illegal. It was illegal for y'all to even congregate. You couldn't get property loans. You know what I'm saying? And for us to even
Mhm.
still be a people shows you what time it is. You feel me?
Mhm.
And then when you look up like rates of suicide and rates of prescription drugs, we at the bottom of the list, but you got these white folks at the top. So that shows you
Mhm.
how strong of a people we are. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes.
built for it. Although we go through like Tupac said, nigga, you black, smile. I like that shirt you got on, Nelly. Like Tupac said, nigga, you
Uh
black,
huh.
smile.
boy,
I wouldn't trade. Hey, I wouldn't trade it for nothing because we built for it. I wouldn't want to be white
mm,
a day in my life. You know what I'm saying?
never. I would
And
tell
they
them
and they
never,
wouldn't dare try to walk in our shoes.
never. But they said, he said safer streets, better infrastructure. Yes, they definitely. Yes, yeah. I'm not gonna lie about that. Yeah, gentrification does clean up neighborhoods, and because like the neighborhood I grew up in, like I was just telling them last night, we used to play football in the street and shit, and we used to have to play football around big ass holes and potholes and joint in the street. I go through them same areas today. All them streets is smoothed out. The homes look different. People, you know what I mean. So gentrification cleaned up the neighborhood, but like we got to go back to saying it cleaned up the neighborhoods that we all grew up in, but now they cleaned it up so much that we can't even afford to live in those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
So at
you
the end of
can't
the day,
enjoy
like
those neighborhoods.
we can say that can be a good thing about it being safer and cleaned up, but we can't enjoy that neighborhood no more. So we not going to enjoy those gentrifications that's happening in our neighborhoods today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you already know. Now the hood look totally better. Like I was up there this past summer. Like like the place I grew up in, bro, in Bushwick. You see, like you like, damn, like this is really the Bushwick I grew up in. Motherfuckers walking their little puppy dog. You see the white people skipping and shit all around the block. Motherfuckers laying on the side of the grass and shit. Like you ain't never seen none of this shit when I was coming up. It was never that like it was peaceful on our block, but certain parts of the hood, it was causing ruckus around that motherfucker. Them same parts, you don't even see none of them people no more. Like you said, the hood got cleaned up, but people can't afford to even be there no more. You got like 5% of the people who still in the neighborhood today.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, but they do have programs like the lottery and shit to help low income families afford to live. Yeah, I think. Well, I guess they do got those, but like people say, like with low income families, like how much money do they want you to make to be a low income family? Because some of the money that some of us make today, they don't consider that low income. Like so, we stuck in between being low income and working class, and they not doing a damn thing for working class people though. Like I understand when they say the low income thing, and that's a very and I ain't knocking nobody for that, but we need some help too as the working class people are the same way.
Thank you. Thank you. Because all that's doing, like, I understand you got certain people that need help. You know what I'm saying? We should go through seasons in our life, but if your whole life is just a down, then I mean, now I'm just an enabler. I'm not helping you. I'm just enabling you. I'm enabling bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know all of these subsidies come from taxpayers' dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if all we doing is working our ass off just to feed everybody, it's like goddamn, like you taking off my plate. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
if you down for a season, that's cool. But all of this other type stuff, it's incentivizing people to stay in that predicament because everything is being paid for, so they don't necessarily really feel the repercussions of it.
I say, look what she just said, and you just spoke on that. Look, you can't bring in too much in order to qualify. You want people to stay in their same areas. So even
Right.
though it's a program for low income, they want all the people to be in one area. They don't want y'all to branch out. So that's why they market these programs in that way to make it low income, so they can keep all that people in one area, so they can keep an eye on y'all. That's what a low in
Exactly.
like. That's why.
They
That's what these
control you.
programs is designed for. Yeah. So people got to
Control
watch
you.
out for things too. Like I don't want to be in a situation where you just want to have a program for me. I want you to lend, like you now. You know what I mean. I want to go down to these places and get the loan and let me branch out on my own. I don't want to be a low income place and none of that. No, let me get the loan and let me branch out and let me go on my merry way. I don't want you to give me anything. I like you could give me a loan and I can pay you back, but I don't want you to put me in a certain area because I make a certain amount of money. Now that is being controlled.
That's the Hunger Games, bruh. You seen that movie, The
Yeah.
Hunger Games? That's exactly what that is. Y'all niggas
Yeah.
hungry, play a game so you can eat. That's the
Mm-hmm.
hood, Hunger Games, bruh.
That's how the hood is. Just like the Hunger Games. You're 100% right on that. What he said. The problem is They don't they don't like looking at black people as working class citizens. There's plenty of working black men and women, but the narrative is we're lazy and don't work. Man, listen, Cheese, you be on here with us too, Cheese. I just spoke on that the other night. Like I just told him, I don't got no friends that I know personally who could sit around and play PlayStation 5 all day. All of my friends that I know and the people that I work around, some of these people got second jobs. They trying anything to get by in life. So that narrative is straight bullshit to ever think black people is lazy. And first of all, we worked for a long time in this country for
Yeah.
free. But anything to
Mhm.
call us lazy, that is straight bullshit. So that I don't want to hear that narrative. Black people cannot be fucking lazy. Well, we got people lazy in all races, but my
Right.
friends and people I know, none of us is lazy. None of us sit around and play PlayStation
But
5
see,
all day.
but the only reason why it's like that is because the narrative that they paint, and I use the same analogy all the time. It's like you can have a damn lion, you can have a lion, and all
Mm-hmm.
you have is what you was told about it. It could be the nicest pet in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then you get around a lion and you like, God damn, it's nice, but all you seen on TV was that it was just ferocious. And that's how people
Mm-hmm.
think about us because they never even really been around us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show you how much we all been programmed, right? Maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is, right? If you see a young black man, very young, let's say his 20s, driving a flashy ass whip, iced out, right? What you gonna think? You gonna think one or two things. What you gonna think he do when you see him?
I ain't even gonna lie. To me personally, I'm gonna think that motherfucker just signed the deal or that nigga in the streets.
Mhm.
That's the
Exactly.
and this
Exactly.
and this a third thing,
Now,
and it's three hour thing. Like because they got a lot of streaming and other shit going on. He might be somebody on the up and coming. You
well, yeah,
never
Yeah, I'm
that
know
about to
either.
streaming
say
is new.
nowadays, I probably
That's
think this nigga
I,
got a
I
good
got you
that
ass
on. I
job
streaming is
or
new.
something.
Let's take the streaming out because the streaming is new. But now
okay.
let me flip that. Now let me flip
Mm-hmm,
that. Now let's say you see a young white boy, same
mm-hmm,
same circumstance, flashy
mm-hmm.
ass whip, jewelry and stuff. What you gonna think?
His
I got
daddy
one
brought this.
perspective.
His
His
daddy
daddy
Thank
gave
you,
brought it.
that.
His daddy
thank
brought
you.
that. You know.
You see what I'm
His
saying?
daddy gave
But
that. We are
but
programmed to think like that. His daddy
thank
gave it to
you,
him.
thank you. Even us as black
Mm,
folks, we program
that's right.
too. You feel me?
That's right.
So
Yes.
we got
Of
to
course.
so we got to be careful. We got to be careful when we talking about these other races and how we look at them, not
Mm-hmm.
realizing that we program the same way.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? We all been a victim of this crap, bro. Cause ain't nobody telling you that at home. It's just based upon what you seen and everything that they told you that was right. But when
Mhm.
you got
Mm-hmm.
gentlemen like us who all stand up cats, probably did dirt, ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing dirt no more. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
still, you still got to prove yourself and make it seem like you know what I'm saying? You got to be squeaky
Yeah.
clean around these folk because they got a perception of you that ain't necessarily true.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Mhm.
Hey, Chris, my boy Chris.
What happened, man? What would y'all talk? What you? What was the?
We was talking about like the gentrification. What was the good things? But like we said,
Oh,
every
I
time we
spoke
talk
on that
about
already.
no. I'm
Huh?
saying like when we were saying about it, it always revert back to being a bad thing. It's not always a good thing because even though the neighborhood was gentrified, we can't afford to enjoy the gentrification in the
No,
neighborhood.
but what
So
I was saying that is basically it's not
yeah,
a I don't think it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying not the right people. Gentrification can be a bad thing because you're cleaning up pieces. It's sorry to say, but you're cleaning up piece of shit neighborhoods that's no good in the first place anyway. So gentrification is not a bad thing. What I was saying that it's just the wrong people gentrified the neighborhoods. That's what happened. It's never been a
I'm about to
bad
say
thing
that's what she
because
said.
it
She said that
cleaned
on
up,
the screen.
huh?
No, I said Tosh said it would have been better if wealthy black people gentrified the neighborhood and uplift
Not
us.
not even because they wanted to put poor black people in the places. They wouldn't have rented to your poor ass. They would have been just like the white people or the Asians and who else gentrified the neighborhoods. So that I don't think that would have been good either, because the black people part of the boule and all that, they don't fuck with us in the hood or at the bottom and things like that. What it should be, instead of us
Mhm.
opening up so many barber shops. That, I mean, that's not wrong, but you could do, if you're a professional and got your license, you could do that shit from your home and have your buy a separate room and have a separate room or a garage or a basement or something, and set your shit up in your and do that shit from your home, instead of doing so many barbershops or clubs or hookah lounges or just certain things, while you don't buy properties or do the redevelopment like other people and invest in to them, because the bank's probably not gonna give you the money, but 10 people with $10,000, they quick to go do something else instead of putting that money into real estate and things like that for that type of redevelopment. So I don't think it was a bad thing. I just said the wrong people done it. So it's never been a bad thing, because it took neighborhoods that was never worth anything, or that was like the worst looking neighborhoods, and now they're beautiful neighborhoods. It's just fucked up that black people don't live in them neighborhoods no more, but that's
Yeah.
our own fault, So, you know.
Hmm. Let me see some checks in the comments, y'all. Let me who out there with us, man. Throw some checks in the comments, man. Who out there still with us, brothers, sisters? Who out there with us, y'all? Throw some checks in the comments.
Yeah, so it's just that's what people always say. Now, gentrification wasn't bad because it redeveloped some very poor neighborhoods. What happened is just the wrong people. Like, I don't care who got the money. Like they say, you could give the devil the money, but the devil, is he gonna do the right thing with it or anything, like you say? Because these black people been having money for years and things like that. Like DJ Envy, just the keeps hate to keep saying his name, allegedly, was part of a Rico, a
Yeah.
real estate Rico,
What
so
she
that's
said, them
another thing.
neighborhoods were worth. Oh, Tosh said them neighborhoods was worth something. Of course, they was worth something. Of course, this is why they came in there and they did
And
what
they
they did.
they
They
did.
got yeah,
Yeah.
got them homes for low prices,
I'm not
fixed
saying the
them up,
neighborhood, no, the real
unaffordable.
estate was worth something, but the homes wasn't worth anything. Let me get that
The
right.
homes wasn't worth anything. Yeah, the
Anything,
homes
the
was
real
that's 100% right. Yeah, them homes wasn't worth anything.
worth nothing.
So
The
what
real
they did
estate
was
was,
they
yeah.
redid the homes, cleaned up the neighborhood, and now it's unaffordable for certain people.
Mhm. Yeah.
Appreciate the checks, y'all. Appreciate the
Like,
checks in
you
the
seen
comments.
it happen when when they started building up Bushwick Avenue. You should have known right there. Oh, they about to gentrify the shit out of the stores, the businesses and stuff come first. Whenever you start seeing so many businesses around the hood that haven't been there before, you like, damn, we got a
Yeah.
Whole Foods coming over here. You better
All the
get
all the
along.
development.
You better get alarmed. You better start thinking. We got a Whole Foods over here and shit. Though, why the hell they got a Whole Foods in the hood? Yeah, it ain't gonna be the hood in 5 years. That's why. Yeah, the businesses and the gas stations and things like that come first, and then the real estate come first.
You see, when my boy grandmoms in them cribs sold for $1 million.
Was no cap.
Crazy, yeah, right on, putting them in Bushwick, putting them between Bushwick and
Yeah.
Evergreen. That's crazy, $1 million.
And 5 years from now, they would have held. They probably could have got more than 1 million. Probably could have
Yeah,
got three.
probably got about three. Yeah, that was years ago though. They sold a crib years ago. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, they would have held on to now. Shit. But like I ain't gonna lie, my family went through the same shit though. Like they could have held on to that shit for a while. It got
Mm-hmm.
way more money for that. 1150 would have been sold for way more than what they got for it. But you know, like you said earlier, we are millennials. We wasn't in a position to even come to the table and speak about certain things, what was going on with the elders and then things like that.
Because
I didn't
we
know
didn't
stuff.
even know about it. Because at the time, elders, like you said, elders we wasn't allowed to be in grown folks conversations and shit like that, and every certain conversations you couldn't be a part of because you had no business. So we didn't even know about like house finances and all that. We just knew our people owned the house or some shit like that. We didn't know about,
That
you
was
know,
it.
equity and things like that, going with the house, refinancing and selling taxes on the house, and link APRs and things like interest, and we didn't know none of that and shit like that, man. So it just be things good. Yeah, good looking, Alan, man. I just try to be well
There you
rounded
go, Chris.
everything, man. Yeah, man.
You
So
already know, my boy.
we didn't know
You got
about shit
something?
like that. So
You got something, Jay?
Nah, I'm just listening. I done already threw my 2 cents in.
All right. No, I'm about to move on. Yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna ask y'all something before we move on. How like what do like what they say this DEI shit? What do this DEI shit mean to y'all?
I don't know enough about because, like I said, I never paid attention. Like that's something that that's some shit I never even paid attention. But DEI is supposed to be like allowing lowering the standards to allow minorities to get to reach to
What
get
does that
better
stand
jobs.
for? You know what that
So
abbreviation stand for? That's an
I don't
acronym.
know
I
what
just
it
told
stands.
I'm,
I don't know what the
but I'm gonna
acronym
tell Chris
stands
right now.
for.
That's what I'm about to tell Chris now. See, Chris, what you were just about to say, that was one of those conservative talking points. It's
But it
diversity,
is though. Yeah, right.
inclusion. No, 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 no.
Mhm.
What you saying is affirmative action.
Mhm.
Diversity,
No,
equity,
affirmative
and
action is.
it's different. But no, they are trying to tie those two together
No,
right
you
now.
know what affirmative action allow white women to get a lot of jobs that was supposed to happen for black people. That's different from DEI. That's what the
That's what I'm saying.
liberals is getting mixed point
Yeah,
with
they
is.
are trying to tie it
DEI
together.
is
Yes.
actually is something that is actually happening because it's happened. It lowers the stand because at my job it
No, no,
changed the
no,
uniform.
no, no, no,
It changed
no,
the
no.
uni.
Chris, stop saying it lower standards. It don't
It
lower
did.
standards.
It does
DEI was
lower the.
no, 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 it doesn't low. See, you using the points of you, my brother.
So
I
how?
love you.
So
I love
so
you with
so so
all
tell
my
me, do you got a job that deal with
I love
DEI?
I love
Do,
no, I
do,
don't
do
got
you got a
listen,
job?
shit. If
So
we
so
all
so so
shit,
from
I
so
don't
so
no,
so so
but
from person. Let me speak from
listen,
just personal
okay,
things, something I deal
go
with
ahead,
every day.
Y'all
okay,
So
gotta
it's
go
like
ahead.
tell me what it stand for.
so DEI is
Diversity,
some-
equity, inclusion.
so it's saying so
Go ahead.
DEI is
Right
saying
there.
so basically the argument that the liberals is having what they saying that the conservatives are saying that it does lower the standards because it goes from having people like on my job you don't you don't have to have a college education to do my job, you just gotta do a course where you taking that
Where
from
you take
somebody
enough
who
from
actually went
actually
to the job,
want
who
to the
actually
top.
knows what they doing and things like that. That's what I'm just saying. That's lowering the standards to allow people to come in. What is a good thing, but is you actually getting the best work for your bang? Is that's it could be a conservative talking point, but it's just a logical point. Would you want somebody doing surgery that actually went to school for 8 to 10 years, or somebody that just went and got that looked at a video and because
No, no,
of
no, 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 no. Fuck
you
that.
know what
Fuck
I'm
that.
saying? No, no.
Fuck that.
All right,
You
Is
out.
all
that
right.
Fuck that.
actually what they doing?
No, no,
That's the
no,
whole argument
nah,
that's of
nah, nah,
DUI because
nah,
United
no, no,
Airlines said,
no,
look,
no.
this
Fuck that.
United
Fuck
Airlines said we
that.
want to hire 50,000 more
I got it.
minorities and
I
women,
got it.
but they lowered
Rock,
their
no, no,
standards for
no,
people to
no,
pass the
no,
test
no,
to become
no,
pilots. So,
no. That's my brother, and I love him to death. But
mhm.
I disagree with him wholeheartedly on his argument. He just came in here with the most Fox News, Charlie Kirk motherfucking opinion on DEI. No
That's not
fucking way.
that's not.
That shit is bullshit, Chris, and you
So
know it.
so
So let
ask
me
me so
turn.
so so ask
Let me
me
get my
this.
turn
So
now.
ask me
You got
this.
your turn. Let me
If
get my
like
turn.
Charlie Kirk
I
said,
love,
if the
I love,
NBA said we
I
gonna
love
allow 50% more white people,
you.
50 we
Mm-hmm,
want 50 more percent white players other than
mm-hmm.
black players. Would the NBA become better or would it become more vanilla of a sport?
Wait a minute. DEI just gives people a chance to get jobs they wouldn't get because before DEI they were allowed to deny you a job because of your race.
So
Thank you, my brother Chief. Thank
if
you,
it's
my
race
brother
based, that sounds like affirmative action.
If it's race
That
based,
no, no,
that's
no,
what I'm.
no,
That's what
no,
he's
no,
saying. Is
God,
that's what the
no,
liberals
no,
is trying to say in
no.
affirmative
Hold
action
on.
is.
First of
I
all, I'm
know
not
what
a liberal.
affirmative action is. DEI is
I'm
what
not a
I'm
liberal. You
explaining. What
understand me? No,
DEI is.
no, 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 Chris, you giving us the DEI version of what these goddamn conservatives like to talk about.
All right.
And no disrespect to anybody that's in conservative. But what Cheese said is exactly, and it's not affirmative action. Y'all have to think about it. Why was DEI created? DEI was created because they think we are not qualified for our positions. This is why they created DEI. DEI is not that they lowered the standards because if you get on an airplane today and you see a black pilot, do you really think they lowered the standards for a black pilot to fly that plane? Do you really believe that in your heart that the standards was lowered? He had to do something lower than a white pilot. You giving the same talking points that Charlie gave right now.
Well,
But
That's
it's
that's
the
that's
facts. But the
let me
facts
ask
is, did they change the
let,
test or not? They changed the test
let me ask
correctly, though.
let me ask you this, Nelly.
I
Let me ask you
said,
this, Nelly.
go ahead, Jay.
Let me ask you this because, like I said, this is new to me. But like I said, based on that comment right there, it sounds like affirmative action to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So, what would be the
okay.
difference between? Because if DEI was just created and affirmative action been a thing for a minute,
Mhm.
what's the like? How do you distinguish the two? Because it sounds the same to me.
But it's not the same. See, like what Chris said, affirmative action was created for the white women to take certain kinds of jobs. DEI was
Not
just
it,
like
it
what
may have
Tosh
been
said.
created.
Yeah, but just like what Tosh said down there again, if we all had equal opportunity, it would not be no DEI. DEI was created in a system because they think we are not qualified to fly airplanes. We are not qualified to drive buses. We not qualified to
Right.
drive airplanes. I mean to ride trains, to do anything. Like they anytime you see a black man at the top of his field, they call it DEI because they saying the standards was lowered. So you telling me that if you see a black man at the top of a Fortune 500 company
It's
and
not
he's
just with
no,
black men, it's
or
with
anybody,
anybody.
not
They
just
saying they
men,
saying
it can
Yeah,
be anybody,
they
anybody.
had a affirmative action for black women. They had affirmative action for black women, and even if we want to take it with sports, like the whole Rooney Rule. Now that don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean that we can actually get the job, but they just
Yes.
said, "Oh, you have to." You know what I'm saying? You have to at least interview black candidates. That's why they
that's
always
what
in
I
all of
was
these
getting to.
jobs.
Like
That's why
DEI
these
is
jobs they always
bullshit
talking about
anyway because they
it's an
gonna
equal opportunity. It's an equal
yeah.
opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always try to lead with that. But I'm just trying to understand what's the difference between the two. Because it sounds the same. Because there's been affirmative action, there's been affirmative action for women across the board.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And I just
even
brought up the
even if
sports, but I just don't
that
understand
opinion,
the difference.
you saying you don't
But the
understand the
thing
difference.
is,
Why was any one of these programs created at the beginning? Like everything has a cause before the effect. So what was the cause of them to create DEI or them to create affirmative action? Because the white man think nobody is qualified but the white man. This is why these programs was created. That's what
I
I'm
agree
that's
with
what
that.
I'm trying to y'all is that we shouldn't like to me in all reality give everybody the same test. Give everybody the same equal test to see where everybody's skills is and everything. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But the white man don't feel like that. He feel like it's black men that is black woman or black men or the Hispanic man or somebody they are not qualified to be in a position because who they are. So this is why those programs was created. And back to what Chris saying, like affirmative action, DI and everything why was these programs created in the first place? That's all I'm saying. Like we shouldn't have those programs, but it had to be created so we can get a foot in the door to be some type of CEO or to be some
all
type of
I'm just
executive.
saying, it can't be denied that the fact that jobs that you once needed a bachelor's degree, you don't need no more. You need a high school diploma or GED. Just
Like
with the
based on
experience,
that comment,
Based on
the
what?
based
based
on
on
that
the
comment that
experience.
Tasha put. on that comment that Tasha put, I think we all agree that there's not equal opportunity for. I mean, that's one that we all agree on. There ain't no equal
Yeah,
opportunity for all of us.
They are
yes,
lowering the
that's
standards. I'm
that.
telling you, that's just right there. Once jobs, you needed a bachelor degree. You don't need a bachelor degree for it no more.
But what
You
kind of
come with the
jobs are those?
experience. I'm talking about administrative jobs, corporate jobs, executive jobs.
And
That's
you
what you
really
can
think
look.
they got high school diploma kids in them jobs only?
Yeah, you can look on Indeed. I'm not saying it's just high school diploma kids, but I'm saying they don't they not just looking for kids that's coming straight out of college or anything. No, we could look for somebody that's 30 with a high school diploma and experience and put them in that position. I'm not saying that's bad, but that's just the fact. Like it's not just when people hear DEI. See, that's the thing. You got to take emotions out of it. Black people always want to bring
No,
things race. Stop taking the race card. We gotta take the
race
race
though. It's
card
not the
things
race.
out of it.
I asked
If
you a
that's a
question
fact,
though.
if
Is it
what's wrong with somebody that couldn't get a job with a high school diploma that once they needed a bachelor's degree, but they don't need a bachelor's degree no more. They got the experience with a high school diploma and they could get the same job that a person with a bachelor's degree.
so do you believe we all
Look,
created equal?
look,
You think we all got the same equal opportunity that
Well,
you saying
stop
that?
saying I'm not
Do we all
saying
got
that's
the same
it's
equal
not
opportunity?
about equal oppor. We talking about DEI. Y'all keep trying to make
But
it
that's what I'm
about a
saying.
race card and
Because
thing.
this is
I'm
no, we
breaking
not
down the simple DEI
about
thing. It don't
no,
have
I'm not
nothing to do with
talking about
race.
race.
It
I don't
don't.
care about no race. I don't
It's
care about race. I just asked you a simple question that do you think we are all have the do we all have the same equal playing field? That's
no.
all I yeah, that's
No.
what I'm saying. See,
no,
and
we all.
that's what I
I think we all agree on that. I think we
yeah,
all
that's what
agree on
I'm
that. But
saying.
even
We
with this
all
I
whole
we all agree on.
with this whole DEI thing, regardless, with this whole DEI thing, regardless, I think if you got two resumes on the table, right?
Hmm.
Whenever this is put in place, if you got two resumes on the table, one got a master's degree and one got a whatever, one got a bunch of experience and one don't. Common sense gonna tell you to take the person with the higher level of education and the higher level of experience. So,
But
like I said,
mhm.
to me, it sounds like affirmative action. I don't know if they just trying to dress it up in a new, you know what I'm saying, a
but
new
but
acronym to
but
make it sound
but
good. But
I
as a
understand.
as a
Listen,
hiring manager, if I'm in charge of putting these people in position, I'm not about to choose nobody that don't have higher levels of education or who don't have the
of
experience,
course not.
regardless if they put
But
this in
that's the
place or
thing
not.
about it. They not doing that. It's no way. See, that's affirmative action. What you saying that with they not
Yeah,
just choosing people because they need a quota for black people. That's the conservative talking point. What they saying they need a quota for Hispanics or they need a quota for women to be in certain positions. That's what they trying to use the term. What they saying and DEI did nothing but level the playing field to make for people to get their foot in the door for women and for also even white women for anybody to get their
or
foot in the door.
somebody like me to be allowed to have the position that I'm having. That's what I'm just saying.
That's right, of course.
I'm not saying it. I know it's not equal opportunity, but when I hear DUI, because I'm just saying like I don't.
Mhm.
I like I said from the beginning, I don't get it. That's why I be hearing. That's why I just hear another bullshit thing. The term of it. That's why I think it sounds like affirmative action. I don't
yeah, it
get
sounds like
DUI.
affirmative action to me
That's what
too.
I'm.
Because I mean, just because you get your foot in the door, that don't mean that that mean that you just got a shot. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I'm about to give it to you. You feel me? And I think
But
most
affirmative action,
people in those positions to put people, the people in position to put other people in position, I don't think they're gonna fall for that, bro.
man, when I clip this episode, people gonna eat this shit up. They gonna say, yo, they got these two black motherfuckers over there proving our point for us. I'm telling you, they
Nah,
gonna
we
eat this shit
good though, but
up.
we good
Motherfucker up.
though. I'm fine.
Nah,
You know, we still
I'm
good.
They
trying to,
gonna work
I'm trying to
it. They
figure out what
gonna
the difference. I'm trying to figure out what the difference is because, like the example that I gave with the Rooney Rule, yeah, they put that
Mhm.
in place for black men to have an equal
But niggas still
shot
not
to,
getting
you know what I'm saying,
hired. There's coaches.
to have
Yeah,
their
but
foot
that's
in the door, but
what
that
I'm
don't mean
saying.
that they getting the representation like that,
Mhm.
even though they
But that's
put
what I'm
that in
saying.
place.
Why is these rules being created if we supposed to knock down all these barriers 60 years ago?
So why is all
No,
this
we
shit is being
already know. We already know that that ain't the case, bro. We already know that we ain't. We all agree that we don't have equal opportunity. I mean, everybody agree on that.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Yeah, everybody agree on that. That's not even a conversation piece.
Okay, affirmative action, the practice of policies of favoring individuals belonging to a group regarded as disadvantaged or subjected to discrimination.
That's the
That's the
same shit as
that's not
man.
the same thing of DEI though. Now, Cheese, bring me the meaning of DEI, Cheese, so they can show them. That's two different meanings, and then we could
It's
get the understanding.
diversity and inclusion. DEI came along after George Floyd and shit like that and
No,
everything.
no, no, no,
That you
no,
had.
no, no,
No,
no, no.
no, I'm saying they started implementing it like in Hollywood and everything because they saying that they're like you got to like just with all minorities, not just black people, but that's why you got so much of that group in every movies and TV shows and shit like that, everything we seen and stuff like that. So
Did
that'll
you read?
be you
Did you
know,
read where found him down there, Jay? You read what he said now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm reading this. I mean, I I just want to know how it differs. It still all sound like affirmative action to me.
that's what I'm
I mean,
trying to say. That's what y'all
that's
not
all. That's
hearing
all
me.
I'm
That's
saying.
all I'm saying with DEI is no to claim that DEI lower standards is a myth.
I'm
Instead,
not saying
yes,
about.
that
I'm not saying about
no.
lowering standards. I'm
No,
not
it's
saying nothing
not
about
lowering the
lowering standards.
standards. So once if a job, saying this administrative job, if we only would hire people that had a bachelor's, now, but this person that got 20 years of being an administrator got more experience than this person with the bachelor's. Now, fuck the person with the bachelor's. We gonna take this motherfucker with the 20 years. It's not about lowering the standards. It's about equaling the playing field. That's when they hear when I'm saying it, they thinking I'm saying lower standards because the way I'm saying it is I only could say it in
There you
my
go.
way of
There
being
you go.
real of saying that
There you
hey,
go.
the motherfuckers with a high
There
school
you go.
diploma to get a job that a motherfucker with a bachelor's used to have. And it probably sound fucked up because they saying, oh, a high school diploma and a bachelor's. No, that's the only way I could say it, basically. That fuck. You
Look,
don't
look.
need you can take your little
What I'm
GED.
getting at is I don't think it's gonna make a big. I don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
It
saying. I don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference.
it
That's why I
might give
brought up
more
the Rooney
people
Rule.
it might give people the more chance.
It may get like Nelly was saying. You may get your foot in the door, but that don't necessarily
It
mean
may
you're
give
gonna
you
be
a
the
chance
chosen
to get an
candidate.
interview, but you might not
That's
get a
what I'm
job.
saying. That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
that's all
that
that was
yeah.
created for. It was just to level the playing field. It doesn't
Hmm.
mean you're going to be the top. So when you do see somebody else at the top that don't look like you, remember he was qualified. He had to go through the same training as you. Like,
Hmm.
like if you see two army men walk in this door right now, and you and I'm gonna say, yo, I'm gonna go with the white guy because the white guy is more of a sniper and trainer or whatever. The black guy, he just joined the army 7 months ago. Listen, in 7 months, he been in the army, whatever, 2 years. They got the same kind of training. It doesn't matter. Like that's all that was happening is that DEI was just to level the playing field. It's
Hmm.
not for nobody to say, hey, we're gonna hire that man because he looked this certain way. No, we
Hmm.
would just want to get a foot in the door and we want to be looked at the same as the white man, as an equal opportunity white man. So back to my first point, don't ever look at one of our people that they are not qualified to do the same job as y'all. That's all we want y'all to think about today. And
Yeah,
that's what the
I
role of
don't.
DEI comes from.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change much. Regardless of it, I don't think it's gonna change much because if this is a law or whatever it is that's just being instituted, you got people that have this certain mind frame. If they have certain
But
bias
it's
towards
not
us,
actually it's
they
like
got this
something that
bias
takes
towards
on
us.
a
That's not
job
just
to
about to
do.
change
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
change overnight. If you already got a bias towards us, that's not finna change just because a law was put in place. So I don't think it's really gonna change much.
You could go on 1,000 interviews, but until you hire, motherfucker, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Right.
it.
And that's all it's doing, and that's all they doing for their statistics. So when people go look back at the statistics, they be like, "Damn, y'all interviewed this much of minorities, but how much of the minorities was hired out of how
Right.
many
Yes.
you interviewed?" So
Yes.
that's all it does. So that's basically all I was saying. Like you might have a chance, not that they it's not, you know, fuck.
I
Yeah.
love you. I love you, brother. But it sounded like you was listening to Breitbart and them niggas.
Nah, man. I just got a certain way of saying shit. I don't know how to. I ain't got no
You know,
gray
it's all
area.
love, my brother.
It's
It's
no
all love.
time being for gray area. You gotta just, it's no time
Listen,
for.
the show wouldn't be what it is if we don't agree. If we agree all the time, then we don't have a show. That is
Mhm.
bullshit. That shit scripted. There's no
Yeah,
way we
For
could
sure.
agree on every subject.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So I love you, brother. It's all love, my brother. We agree to disagree, my brother.
Always, always, brother. Love you too. Shit,
Jay, you
man.
already know I appreciate your input too, brother. It's all love, my brother.
for sure.
Oh, so
Hell,
you got
say
you
it
got
again.
another topic for us, man.
I got
Shit,
one more. I
man.
got one more. I got one more for us right now. What's
I was,
something your parents always told you that didn't make sense then, but makes perfect sense now?
I'm whooping you because I love you.
He got right into the motherfucker. Damn, he got right into that shit.
I'm whooping you because I love you. Hey, I'm like,
Because
hell no, this don't feel like love. Hey,
hey, hell no, that ain't no damn love. That ain't make no damn sense either.
man, look, man, I appreciate my parents so much for being hard on me, dude, because you know how it is growing up out here, especially being a black man. You already know like the peer pressure that can come upon you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and even with my son now, like I really don't be I don't want my son like that. You feel me? I might give him a papa too. I really don't be wanting to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at certain
Mhm.
times that man, I just have to. You feel me? Especially if I gotta leave work multiple times just to come check on you because you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? You acting out and you don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
affecting my work. That's affecting my attendance and all that other type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And also,
Yes.
I gotta instill this discipline in you because I may not always be there, and I may not always be able to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Explain that, Jay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to get my ass whooped, and they'll have a talk with me, and that's important. I feel like it's important, especially when your kids are of age, to where you can
Mhm.
explain to them why you doing this. You ain't just whooping their ass out of anger. That's the wrong time to do that. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes.
can when you
Yes.
can actually just process what's going on and be like, look, I'm about to get on your ass, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my parents did. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm
Yeah,
doing this
my
because
parents
I
did
love
the
you, and I didn't understand it at that point because it hurt. You feel me?
same.
But
Hell yeah.
being a man now, looking at it in hindsight, for sure it was out of love. Because if they didn't care, they would have just let me do whatever the hell I wanted to do.
Mhm.
Mhm. You look back at it now, so that definitely does make sense. At that time, I didn't think that makes sense. Getting my ass whooping, you saying you love me. All I thought about was the pain and motherfucking rubbing my leg and shit. That's all I thought
Yeah,
about.
Fucking
yeah,
belt.
But looking back at it now, you're like, yeah, I needed those ass whoopings, and that shit shaped my future, man. Like I'm not a guy who's pushing 40 years old talking about being in the streets. I'm not a guy who was in and out of prison his whole life and things.
Mhm.
So like getting those life lessons and those ass whoopings, man, really shaped my future, and it kept me on the right path in life.
And another
look,
one, don't
look,
grow up
look.
too
My parents.
fast, man. I think that's all our favorite ones that don't grow up too fast, man. Like
Hey,
that,
look. My,
that we
my
all
parents.
are.
My parents ain't that. My parents ain't let me bring home C's, bro.
Mhm.
I couldn't bring home a C.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. That
If
was
I
not
brought home a
happening.
C, I was in
Mm-mm.
trouble. Grounded. I'm taking away everything. I couldn't bring home no C's. Oh, you bring home C's, you ain't playing football no more. I'm taking you out of sports.
Everything, yes, they're gone.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's that. Don't grow up
That's
too
the saying.
fast because you be like, damn. Some days you don't want to be an adult when these bills start coming hitting your ass left and right. You don't want to,
Word,
man.
I ain't gonna lie, you right about that shit too, Chris. Like growing up too fast, like we were just talking about earlier. Like man, I can remember just 20 years ago, man, we sitting around the table and shit, and my pops telling me like, "Yo, you gonna be my age one day, real quick, man. I'm telling you, you gonna
And
blink
I
and you gonna
think
be
jumping off the stoop at an early age, we didn't really enjoy our childhood because we was doing shit that we had no business doing at
Exactly.
yeah,
that we did.
exactly,
So now when
exactly.
we see our kids enjoying the innocence and the purity of a child, like my kids, 10 at 11, my boys that's 10 and 11, they doing shit that I'm like, damn, at 10 and 11, I was doing totally different shit at them as a child. So just to see that, you have a smile on your face, and then you really look back and be like, damn, I did grow up too fast because, my kids is totally being kids, and I'm happy, and I don't want them growing up too fast, and I don't try to push them to do shit that, they kids. That's what they gonna do as childs and as kids and everything. So seeing that and just being like, God damn, like man, you know, that's one of the things.
Dad always told me don't get in the cars with friends who like to show off. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. My pops always let me know that. Like don't be around them. Don't be no damn follower, man. Like that's one thing that my pops always told me. Like definitely don't be no follower, man. You see people doing crazy things, you take your ass on home or you look the other way and get up out of there. And like I said, like being like having my dad in my life, man, that shit stuck in my mind. Like I ain't gonna disappoint him. Like you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
don't give a fuck about what my homeboys and everybody said. My dad was a big influence in my life. And and he still is to this day. My pop still is. You know what I mean? It's just like when 20 years ago. He the same guy 20 years later. You know what I mean? Like he a big influence and I would never want to disappoint him and all that. So, I definitely always hear that shit in my mind from my dad. Was that don't be disrespectful to adults. Come get me. I used to hate that. Oh yeah, yo, yeah. I used to definitely hate that shit. But I ain't gonna lie, parents was right about that though. They was right. Today, these little motherfuckers don't care today. These little niggas will
you
beat parents up, everybody. They jump the mother, beat up the kid.
probably
Like
gotta
these
shoot a
motherfuckers
kid, man. Fuck, man. You
like
want to
hurt
beat
my
them.
kids today. So yeah, that's definitely like I hated when they said that shit because you got some adults was going crazy because we had a situation like that before, like when we was younger. Strug,
Yeah.
we in the
Mhm.
park playing ball. We all little wild teenagers and shit. We tell we about to play ball. This motherfucker wild out on us, flip out, going crazy. We about to beat him with sticks and all that. We 14 years old. We all grabbed sticks and bottles about to go to work on this nigga.
Because
But I
Strong was
look back
bugged
at
out
it
in the
now.
brain, man.
Yeah, he wasn't good in the brain. I look back at it now. I'm like, I'm glad that shit didn't happen because at the end of the day, that nigga wasn't in his right mind and shit.
Yeah, he wasn't
All
good
that
at the
shit,
brain,
bro.
good.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, look, and that's true. That's true on what she was saying because like that's the whole structure. Like when you talk about the mob, right? That's
Hmm.
why the mob was able to survive for as long as they have, and they still thriving to this day. You know, and me, I used to bang, right? And they say that all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the respect is lost for the OGs because these young niggas just out here wilding. But that's why we ain't never been able to get a foothold on anything and expand because there is no respect. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? That's how the mob built their whole business model based upon a hierarchy.
Hmm.
A hierarchy that we don't have. And the whole gang stuff, that stuff then got all misconstrued because in the beginning it was supposed to be something more like a
Yes.
fraternity type deal. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Not just, and it turned into banging on colors. Okay, you
Hmm.
got on blue, I'm banging on you. You got on red, I'm banging on you. When really it
And
was supposed to, I get up, you know what I'm saying? And I bring the next man up.
Yeah.
And it changed
that's right.
from all of that because of the structure. The whole structure got messed up.
Yeah, and we just had a conversation about gangs. Like the structure of a gang is like they structure is a great structure, but they using the structure for wrong reasons. Like these dudes can network with guys across in the West Coast, and they could tell them to go over here and bang on somebody, rob somebody. Like, instead of y'all using that structure to say, yo, homie, how many homes over there is abandoned? Find out how much them homes cost. Let me see if we get a loan for 10,000 to go fix up some homes or something. But they use their structure for nonsense and shit, for
Well,
robberies.
but that's the thing. They ain't got no structure. The mob got the structure, but they took out the leadership. They took out the head. They locked up Tukey. They locked up Raymond Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah,
They
they
took
was
out the
going
people at the top because they already seen what was forming and they was afraid. They
Larry
was
Hoovers,
afraid to
all
see some. They was
yes.
afraid to see some militant black man. That's scary. I
Mhm.
always say, if you seen an army, if you seen a unified army full of black men, and you seen a unified army full of white men, what would you be most intimidated by?
This army
They
full
ready.
of black men.
Yeah, the army
Army
for
full of
yeah,
black men.
the army for the
Mhm.
black man.
They didn't want to see that, so they had to take out the leadership. They had to take out the top. That's why they still locked up to this day off of bogus charges.
Yeah,
Straight
the
bogus.
Tuba Shakur, all of them and everything,
Yeah.
Crazy. He said, Mom always told me don't argue
man.
with a woman about anything hot and liquid. Shit, I ain't arguing. Listen, I ain't arguing with them at all anyway, Chief. That's an argument that you don't even win. So I'll leave that
Yeah,
shit
that's
alone.
not, you're not gonna win that
I ain't
argument.
arguing with my woman. Shit, I don't care if she cooking something hot or if she just sitting there chilling. Like, I might got about a minute worth of argument after that shit. Women know how to hit certain points, and I'll be like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be the fuck quiet because we gonna be in here arguing. You got that one. You got that one. We good.
Right.
Word the mother. What she said then in that. I understand that now. Some adults will smack a disrespectful child easily. Shit. Like, I ain't listen. The the way these children are coming up today, I don't want to put my hands on nobody's child because number one, I don't have children. But when I see kids that's disrespectful like that, I get away from them. Like, I don't be
Yeah,
around, like, because I know the way I was brought up. It's no way in the world I could act like that. So when I see kids like that, that shit make me cringe, and I be like, I'm getting out of here, getting away from
yeah,
there.
my
But I won't
dad
put
moved us all
nobody.
fast.
That don't sound like that's coming from a place of love or discipline. Like, I don't know if you just worded it that way or if that's what you really meant. You know, like if you just smack a child,
No, she
like
was
like
following up to our last question.
No,
It
no,
just,
she was talking about our
oh,
last
okay,
question. Yeah, not like that, Jay. Hell no. She don't got no
oh, okay.
kids either. She's
he
smacking
was
no.
saying, "Don't be disrespectful to adults. Come get me." I used to hate that. I understand that
Yeah,
now. Some adults will smack a disrespectful
the child
child.
easily.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
she was
Yeah,
saying. Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't trying to attack her personally, but just like as an adult, period. If that's your whole method, if that's like you just out of there, you know what I'm saying? You can't you,
If
you
you
can't
smack
just
my
do that.
child, we're gonna
But
have a problem because I got
regardless,
kids.
regardless if it's your child or another child, you
No
shouldn't
child.
do that to kids. Period.
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
Cause
hundred
I ain't gonna
percent.
smack. I ain't even trying to smack my kids. I ain't even doing
Right.
that. You know, I ain't gonna smack nobody else child. So shit. I got different ways of disciplining. Shit, I like they like things and shit.
Smash the now and later juice.
Yo,
Nah,
Mel,
we
you
ain't gonna
crazy
go
as
that
hell.
far.
I'm not
Nah,
crazy. I'm not crazy.
Mel crazy
You
as
be
hell.
doing that to people
Hey,
kids, man.
look. Hey, look, y'all. Hey, look, y'all
But
ever had
that's
to
how they
hold?
used to raise the kids back in
Look,
the day
y'all
as a
ever y'all
village.
y'all ever had to hold out? Y'all ever had to hold out some heavy books with y'all hands sticking straight out from the side and holding books in y'all hands? Y'all couldn't let them drop.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I wasn't that bad as a kid because my pops, like that nigga was, and like he was a fucking intimidating figure. Like my pops was always a workout guy, and back
Yeah,
then my pops is only like 5'9", 5'8". Like I'm taller than my pops, but back then 5'8", 5'9" looked big, and this nigga was at the gym and shit every day. And my pops go to gym, so he's a big motherfucker. And when he talked, that nigga shake the room. So a lot of times when my pop spoke to us about shit, niggas tightened up. Like we didn't really get a lot of whoopings. I can't even lie about that. Like now, my mom do. Mom Duke wasn't playing that shit because she got 4 boys. So Mom Duke was letting us have it. Like, yo, listen, y'all not gonna disrespect me. Black out, nigga, throw 2 jabs.
Yeah,
She don't got no belts.
yeah,
Mom Duke was throwing hands. Black out, boom, 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 boom. Hit you with 2 real quick. Get your ass
yeah.
up, boy. You know what I mean? Pops shook the room. Moms took action. I'm not even gonna lie. That's how my upbringing came. I ain't even gonna lie. My pops, he didn't really do a lot of because he didn't like he was more the one who would talk. Like he'd do the get loud and shit and all that, but he'd do more of the talking after that. Mom Duke took action. She was not bullshitting with us.
Yeah, you know me, I'm 6'2", 220, 230. So I mean, even in high school, I mean, you ain't getting too much bigger than me. So I got to a point to where it's just like, man, I don't care what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I tripped out for a little bit.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
banging.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I ain't like I probably got some of the moments because like just like me, Jay, I'm a nigga like that too. I'm 6'3", about
He was
250 now.
big, man. Y'all niggas is big
Yeah.
as
So me,
six
yeah, growing up, I was
yeah.
already six. I was already like 6'1" at like 15 years old. I got the 6'1" at 15. So you big like that, see pop.
I
But
was
then
trying to
my
say
like
for 15.
my pops, he was one of the motherfuckers. He ain't going for that shit. Like you bugging out.
Yeah.
Go for how big you get, boy. I have seen it all, and they created real beefs. Oh yeah, you putting your hands on kids? That shit's gonna create yes, create real beef. You putting your hand on somebody's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
He's
play
gonna be
around
out
with
there.
that shit.
That's why I just leave people kids alone. They disrespectful. I don't even say nothing to them, man.
He said, I don't got kids yet, but I've mastered the dash there. Seen a kid
Yeah.
disrespect his mom. I looked at him in his eyes and
That's
he
that
just
male
froze.
energy. That's that
Yep.
masculine energy.
That's right, cheese. Hell yeah. Get that little motherfucker to stare. Yo, man, don't talk to your mother like that, boy. I smack your ass across this store right now. You talking to your mom Duke like that. Don't you ever disrespect.
Don't you ever do
Don't you ever do that. Not the mom Duke. Don't you ever do that. Matter of fact, mom, let me take him outside real quick and have a conversation with him. What's wrong with you? Don't ever do that to your mother, boy. My mom gave me a look and I will cry. Yeah,
Oh,
that's how I was. Yeah, man. That's how it
That's
is.
all it used to take.
That's all it used to take sometimes. Mel said, he said, yeah, Big Ron was a scary dude, very intense. Yeah, Mel know my pops, yeah. And Mel know my pops like when we was young. My pops was a big motherfucker back then. Boy, that nigga was intimidating figure for real. But like all that shit, like I said about my pops was a very cool guy though. Like he was a very calm dude. He never liked trouble or none of that shit. Even though he stayed on his workout shit and all that. But my pops never was out there like to start trouble with people or fuck with people. He always liked to bring people together and shit. He the dude who brung the blocks together for the barbecues and all that type of shit. So like even though he was on that type of shit, he liked to stay in shape and all that. He never was like intimidating to people and all that. Whoever knew my pops, they always got love for him. To this day, still, they always ask about my pops. Anytime I go to Brooklyn and shit. That my dad gave lectures that made you want to change your life. Yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Tasha pops is real. Yeah, her pops is real. I ain't gonna lie. I used to sit there with her pops, bro, and we used to
mhm.
sit there and just talking shit. And after about 45 minutes, I'm like, yo, this nigga G spitting some crazy shit right now, bro. And like we'd be in the living room, me and her pops, bro, we'd just be having conversation. It got so good, bro, that I used to go to her pop's crib and have convo with him, and she didn't even know some of the time. I done popped up at her pop's crib. We over there chilling and shit. You know what I mean? Me and her dad had conversations and all that shit. She didn't even know about it. Like, yeah, G was a real cool guy, man. Word to mother, man. Definitely rest in peace to my man G, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He was
That's
so
what I'm
deep.
saying. I just miss those conversations with my pops, man. I'm telling you, we used to have conversations like when I first had my daughter and things. And then he was telling me about when he had my older sister and shit like that. It was his first girl and stuff. So you just, them type of conversations happen with your people and your parents and everything while they're here. Just cherish those moments and cherish those people while they're here, because some of us ain't got them, and some days you good,
Yeah,
some days
I,
you not. You know.
yeah, definitely, brother. All of y'all, you already know, brother. We always here for y'all, man. That's why I tell anybody all the time, man. Any of my boys, my peoples, man. Y'all ever need a shoulder to lean on, man? I'm always one phone call away, man. We ain't got to see each other only on here. You could definitely hit me behind the scenes, man. I'm one call away, brothers. He said, "My dad is in his 50s. I'm a grown man now, and I'm still scared of him in a respectful way." Yeah,
That's
yeah, my
real.
dad too. My dad in his 50s too. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like I'm a grown man, and we can have disagreements, but I don't never let it lead to disrespect with me and my pops, because no matter what, how old I get, I'ma always respect him. Like, that was the man who believed in me first and anything. So you know what I mean? I got the utmost respect for him. And into the day he go, or into the day I go. You know what I mean? So it's never, it doesn't matter how much he might say some shit to me and I might get mad. I won't never let it lead to disrespect. I'd rather just walk out of there and go home. Like, your dad, I'll call you later, man. And we'll talk about it. But leading to disrespect, nah, I can't. I look at my dad as a superhero, man. And I ain't even gonna lie. Word.
Likewise.
Anybody else got any questions out there? Wrap it up in the low, man. We're gonna wrap it up soon. Y'all want to kick some shit? Y'all want to talk about a little something, something? We got a few minutes. We got about a good 10 minutes or something.
Man, why is it so hard for men to communicate in relationships?
Mm,
I think I think we taught at a young age to kind of bottle them in almost to a fault. I don't think we really taught how to express effectively. You know what I'm saying? Likewise with women, I don't think men are taught how to communicate with women properly, and I don't think women are taught how to communicate with men properly. You know,
hmm
I think a lot of times women think the communication is just the talking aspect, and on the men's side, the men they don't necessarily know how to express their emotions in a manner that a woman can actually digest it. You know, so I just think we both taught wrong.
Yeah, and then
That's why you have
then
to learn each other, though. You got to learn it, and it's gonna take time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I like. I give people that advice all the time. Is that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, some people think they know their partner after 1 year, 2 years. That shit take time. People grow and evolve every day, so you got to figure out what they learning or what they like. This shit changes daily, so you got to always stay in tune with them. You got to listen. Like, if you listen to the little things that your partner say. Because I'm not gonna lie, that shit took me time. It's shit that my girl used to say to me, and I'm one day out the other. And then I could see, like, the little madness in her face and shit. And she like, motherfucker, I give you this shit, or I think about you. I get the smallest things. And in my mind, though, I always thought I got to get her the most fabulous things, the biggest things, and all that. And not knowing that she don't even care about none of that shit. She want the little shit. She just want me to go to the fucking cake shop and get her a little bunt cake or some shit. Like, she don't want no motherfucking um uh like, I don't know, man. Like, but she just wants small shit, though. Listen to the small things, though. You know what I mean? You don't even got to worry about all them large. All that other shit is gonna come over time. If you just listen to some of the small shit, this shit is gonna work out, man. That's all, man. Just listen, just have open ears, and try to figure out different lines of communication.
Yeah, and also like not overthinking. Like I'm sure we didn't all had conversations. You know what I'm saying with our significant other, and it's like if you say something and then they repeat back something that you didn't say, And it's like that's not what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
hear what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to do a better job of understanding each other and not taking stuff out of context. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hear what the other person is saying, and don't think that they saying something that they ain't even spoke. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Women are
Okay.
And
just
as
very
and as and as, and as men, and as men, a lot of times we already know that we dealing with women that they gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, understand that at some point you have to hear them out. Yeah, there is a cutoff point to where it's like, all right, I get it, I hear you. All right, you feel me?
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying, you still do gotta hear them out, hear what they saying, so they feel like they can be heard. I ain't saying just let them just go and run all over you. I ain't saying that, but
yeah.
let them speak. You feel me? Long as they can hear you as well, let them speak and get it off. Because
And
if you don't let them
sometimes they
speak now,
be
they gonna speak later.
yeah, and
Mhm.
sometimes they be trying to actually just teach you how to communicate. You be so used to just shutting down and things like that, and they just be trying to teach you how to communicate. And
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
it's also understanding. It's also understanding that we don't necessarily communicate in the same manner.
Mhm.
Like, so, as if you, I can't expect you to
I
communicate
got
like
that
my
question.
homeboy would.
My bad, my
And
bad.
nah, you good. Nah, I can't expect for you to communicate like my homeboy would, and you can't expect for me to communicate like your homegirl would. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, a lot of times
Mhm.
you may get a question like, "How was your day?" And it's like, "Oh, it was straight." That's how I talk to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying, it was cool. But a lot
Yeah.
of time they may want you to go into more detail, and it's like,
Detail, yeah, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Who you was talking
Mhm.
to? Oh yeah, I'm talking to moms. Oh, what mom talking about? Oh, nothing. She's straight. But they
Cause
want you to go in the
niggas,
whole. They want a whole through
And
the whole
yeah,
conversation. What she
yeah.
said, what you said back, what she said back, and this said back. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God, that
So,
shit is called
so
tea. All they want is
and
tea. I
we
ain't got
so
no
used
tea.
to saying, and
Milk.
we so used to saying, I don't know. Like they ask you,
yeah. But you
I
got,
don't
but
know.
it's
I
on
don't
both
know.
parties. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Yeah, a woman may want to talk that, but on the woman's side, you gotta understand a man typically ain't trying to do all that talking. So it got to be a balance.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Like they just
yeah.
sometimes they just trying to teach you how to communicate. I got cut off when I was saying that, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
It's good.
or teach you the way they want to communicate and shit like that. And you just got to meet them halfway. You just
yeah.
can't be stuck in your ways and everything.
She said, my grandmother explained that to me and it opened my eyes. I understand it now. I don't always like it. Yes. Thank you. And grandma 100% right. Like we just a little different. We are built different and that's it.
Mhm. Nigga, sometimes nigga really don't like talking. Like sometimes we always don't want to vent about our problems. Sometimes it's better for us to just smoke, sit
And
back, relax,
internalize it and
No,
think
figure
about
some stuff
it,
no,
out.
and just let it
G,
go.
no.
And then we'll come
Yep.
and talk about it. Sometimes we don't. That's be the thing. We don't like talking about it right then and there. Also,
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
analyzing shit and everything.
yeah.
Yep. So he said, do you think a man and woman could be friends slash best friends without catching feelings? It
If she
Uh,
ugly,
I
depends.
I
if
normally
she
used to
if she
say
ugly,
no, but I
I'm
I
being
normally
honest.
used to say no, but now it's
He
just.
said, if she ugly,
That's how I
that's
feel
crazy.
personally. This is my feelings, bro.
But yeah, I ain't been friends with no girl nowadays, so I don't even. I can't. That's out of the
Yeah,
Yeah,
question.
I don't got no friends. I don't got no, but and only friends I got that I say like that, I grew up with them. I know them
Yeah,
from
I grew
25,
up with
30
them.
years.
Yeah, I probably knew them. I ain't even
I ain't got
looking at
no new.
them that way. Yeah, they
yeah.
grew up on the block, but other than that, nah, no new girlfriends. Nah.
Nah, I don't got none of that shit. Ain't no best friends or none of that. Ain't no best friends, but ain't none of that going on.
No, no.
Y'all already know. Like if you got a quote unquote girlfriend and you already know she look good, come on, bro. You waiting for
We
that
waiting for
vulnerable
that
moment.
chance to thrive. Yeah, niggas, we just
That's
waiting
it.
for the
They ain't
chance
worrying
for
about
that
being no
nigga.
friends. They ain't
Waiting
worrying
till that
about being
nigga
no
fuck up.
friends at all.
After the 10th nigga fuck up, you like, yeah, maybe I got my shot
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo. That's some wild shit, man.
And that's what we
Yep.
gotta sometimes tell our ladies. Oh no, he just my friend. No, he just want to be cool. And that nigga not trying to be cool, man. He just trying
No.
to get my spot,
Waiting
man.
for the right
Yeah.
time. He waiting for the right time. Oh, what that nigga did? Oh, you want to go out tonight?
Oh, I wouldn't have done nothing like that, but I ain't trying to talk down on him or anything.
Over here talking under his breath. Get your bitch ass out of here. I don't like niggas like that. No bitch ass niggas like that. Just come straight up with it, nigga. Don't be no bitch ass nigga like that. Mm-hmm. Like it to go back to the exes.
We
It
just want
depends.
y'all
That's
to
another
know y'all
situation.
can open up to us.
He said, also, do you think men or women are more likely to go back to their exes? It
It
depends.
depends. If a man is
Society,
not
in
going
society,
back, a man not going back. So I know personally dudes I deal with not. I don't know if not going back and
nah,
shit.
They
you
may
can't say
spin the
that.
block.
You can't
They
say
may
that. Yeah,
spin
you
the
can't
block
say
to smash.
it. Depends.
I
Nah,
don't.
y'all can't say that because it depends. It depends on what happened. Who knows about
That's
it?
what I think.
Because in certain
I don't know,
situations,
man. I don't know.
you got niggas out here
I
who done
never
took
been
their
in that
girls back.
position. That's why I said
Yeah, no,
I
no.
never been in that
Yeah, but you got
position.
guys out here who have done that because I have heard them stories about that. So you have got niggas who have took they women back too. But in society, it's the woman more. Yeah, the woman is gonna take the man back more.
They be saying that, Tasha. Then you open up too much, and now you weak, and now
Yeah,
you
now.
soft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
calling
know what
you
I'm
all
saying?
types of names after that. So yeah, you gotta be careful who you opening up to because you
Yeah.
can't open up to everybody because some of them females use that shit against you. They done got you in a group chat talking crazy about you. Yep, that nigga John, he was yeah. That nigga feet was dirty when I got him. I got him about that. Like they done talking crazy about you in the group chat. So you
Hey,
gotta
look.
watch out.
Nine
That's what.
times out of ten, the same thing that women experience on the job site, we experience the same. Not exactly the same thing, but okay, this person did this today, and this person was talking crazy, and this person get on my nerve. We experience that same stuff every day. But if y'all
Mhm.
heard that from us coming home every day, y'all gonna be like, this nigga. You know what
He's
I'm
a
Yeah,
saying?
messy
yeah.
nigga.
I'm tired of him. He's a bitch nigga. Like, why
This
he
nigga
talking?
always
Y'all be
bitching.
like,
What
let
is
me be the woman.
bitching,
Yeah,
girl? This nigga straight bitching all the time. That's
yeah.
it.
We
What type
feel
of charge?
exactly what y'all be. We feel that same stuff y'all be feeling at work.
Yes,
Trust
but
me.
we just keep it short. We keep it short. Yo, that
Yeah.
nigga Daryl, that nigga got on my nerves today. I was about to knock him the fuck out, and that's it.
And then we'd
Only
be like, but
nigga
it's all. We then we'd
he
be
tell
like, but it's all good. This
It's
nigga
all
pissed me
good.
off
It's
at
all
work
good.
today, but it's all good. And
It's
we,
all
and
good.
we keep it pushing.
They be like, you sure, honey?
say,
Yeah, I ain't worried
Yeah,
let's
about
go.
it's
that
all
nigga. I ain't
good.
worried about that
Let's go out. What you want to eat?
Mm.
Let's go. Don't worry about that. I'm
Yeah,
about to knock his ass out. You don't need details. Let's go eat.
yeah.
We ain't about to go through all that shit.
Oh man. It's been a good, this been a good, this been a
Good
good.
one tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, this was a good one, man. Another
That's-
great show for us tonight. My boy Chris, yo
I
Jay,
had
man.
some
I appreciate
vision
you
problems
much.
going on,
Well,
man.
brother.
It's this weed, I think. That is different, man. Let me
Got
try.
your ass high to the sky, boy.
I have to go, man. Gotta go.
Yeah,
Shake back, man.
I'm about to close it on out though. But yeah, yo, Jay, you got something to say before we close out, my brother?
Nah, man, this was a good bill, man. I enjoyed kicking it with y'all brothers, trying to kick some information and knowledge to the people and giving our perspective, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it. We definitely gonna keep it rolling, y'all. Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 Pacific Time. 2:30 Australian time. I don't care. Get your ass up and come and watch us. Tune in. Chris, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
You already know, man. Stand for something, fight for nothing. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to take my ass to the plantation and make this chicken, man. That's about it.
You already know, my brother. Well, you already know. I'm gonna see you. Well, we'll see y'all back here again Saturday night, man. I just put the time out there for y'all. We gonna definitely be back. Episode 20. We gonna keep this motherfucker rolling though. I definitely appreciate my guys holding it down with me here tonight and shit. And I definitely appreciate everybody out there in the crowd who checked in with us, man. Definitely. You already know we got our day ones out there. My boy Cheese, Tashi Charge, my boy Mel Watson, everybody else, Nels who checked in. You know, we got a couple other people up there I seen checking online, but shout out to everybody. I appreciate all y'all likes, comments, shares, anything y'all can do for us, man. But definitely like and subscribe with us on YouTube, man. And we'll be back Saturday night. I appreciate y'all, brothers. We out of here, y'all.